Hello, my name is Kristani Shen, and in today's video I would like to talk to you about style. And not only style, but what has inspired me over the years. And not only what has inspired me over the years, I'm just gonna give you a whole anecdote of myself, how my style started, and some tips and tricks for you if you're inspired, right? If you're inspired. Okay, so I want to start my video with that. This video will be a little bit longer. I think it will be a little bit longer because I like this topic, right? Okay, so in today's video I will be talking to you again about style and what else, fashion, right? Which is very something that's always very fun. It's always very fun. Okay, so then for today's video I want to say that like I'm a tomboy, right? Like I'm like a huge tomboy. Like I like like I'm just a tomboy. Not that I like sports. I don't like sports at all. I don't care for sports unless it's badminton or tennis. But yeah, so from younger till like age, I'd say 19, I was really just like a big tomboy. I'm a tomboy, right? So I was a tomboy. So what started my changing journey is that I was going to my college in CUNY, in Hunter College, which is in the city, which is in Manhattan. And what happened is that like all throughout my life I never really liked to not really to dress up or anything, right? But then going to college, you gotta get more open. You get like ideas from people. Like even in high school I think I was inspired, but I was still in that tomboy phase, right? I was still in that tomboy phase. So then I say that when I entered into college in 2006, I was still a tomboy, but then I was beginning to change. Like I was getting more inspired by other people. America's Next Top Model was really like something that was people were watching a lot. It was inspiring me a lot, right? So then but one thing you must know about me is that I always thought, you know, style is just for other people. But then what actually happened is that in fall I began to say, look, I could do style, you know. Style is not just for other people. And I'm going to expound on this when I give you tips, if you should want to take tips, right? If you should want to change your style, right? So then, okay, so then fall of 2008 I began to get even more inspired, right? Beginning of college I was getting inspired because that era, even now people are always inspired by style and fashion, but I'll say style. I was getting really inspired, right? And usually when I see someone I admire, the thing is like I'll be like, how can I improvise on what I like about them, right? And one thing I love to do is I love to people watch. I love to people watch. Like when you're in like maybe certain like districts in Manhattan, like Fashion District, which is right next to my college, Madison Avenue, or what else? Certain areas, there's a lot of fashion districts, Soho and stuff like that. In the city, in Manhattan and Brooklyn also. What I like to do is I sit down and like, especially in the areas where there's like parks and there's a lot of like younger age people coming in. What I'll do is that I'll observe, and then what I observe is that, okay, what is being repeated a lot, right? And when I see what's being repeated, the second thing I'll ask myself is, do I like what's being repeated? And the third thing is like, do I want to copy it straight forward because I really love it, or do I want to improvise and change on what I'm seeing? So then the next thing is that I don't really believe that style is just for people that are in like haute couture or like fashion magazine. I don't believe that. I think if you're 80 years old and you have style, you have style. Style does not change. Like Coco Chanel, I like her philosophy. Like she'll say things like style is timeless, right? It's not like to designate to a specific group of people that are only in their 20s or 30s or even 40s. It's dedicated to people. Like even babies have style. Teens, preteens have style. Men have style. Style is not something that is just unique to one group, right? We're unique to one type of people that are in America's Next Top Model. Okay, so then like one thing I love about America's Next Top Model is that it was a fun way of looking at modeling, right? Modeling, photo shoots, meetings, stuff like that. But the thing I did not like about America's Next Top Model is that, don't get me wrong, like Tyra Banks sometimes, she has a very exclusive attitude, especially in the show, that I really did not like. Like it was always like, oh, fashion is one thing, it's this, it's that, and it just is so rigid, right? Style to me is what you make it, right? If you think a thing is fashionable to you, then it's fashionable, right? If you like to be in a tutu and have like glitter and you're a guy and you're into that type of stuff, or you like only to wear black, then that's you, right? That's style. That's your personal style, right? I don't believe in rigidity in anything, right? Like for instance, some people be like, certain styles are just for those group of people, like grunge or hipsters. Like I'll try anything long as I feel like it flatters me a little bit, or I feel like, oh, I like this style, you know? Like you only live once. Why are you like limiting yourself to just, okay, I'm a girl and all I can do is just black. I'm a girl and all I can do is just wear dresses. I'm a girl and all I can do is wear, I don't know, blue jeans, right? You could do a whole range of things. Style is everything, right? And to go into this is that, what I want to tell you is that if you're a person and you really like a specific style, go for it, right? But if you're a person you like more simplistic style and you like to work with more simplicity and like you like more mute colors, you like more basic colors, then go for it. And if you're somebody who's more adventurous, go for that too. Style is what you make it. Like I hate when you in this fashion shows and it's like they know everything about style. Like you're not the one that created fashion. Fashion is for everybody, right? It's for anybody, where you're 80, 60, where you're somebody, you're a different, like if you're gay or something, or if you're straight, it's for everybody, right? It's not for just one group of people who are like they're in a runway and they excluded, it's just exclusive only to them, right? And to go on to add onto this, what I'm saying is, I also understand like things like the Victoria's Secret fashion show. Like I'm the first person that says I love that show, right? Like because it's catered to a certain aesthetic, right? I'm not gonna say bring like plus size people into it. Not that you can't do that, but if it's catering to an ideal, then it's catering to an ideal. Like I don't, like there's a reason why fashion looks a certain way. Like and I don't believe in always body positivity. Although I think body positivity is good in some sense, like I do believe there's a reason why certain things are the way they are, right? Like body positivity could be in certain shows, but modeling could be in certain shows, you know? Like there's a reason why things are the way they are, because they sell, you know? Like you know, like, and I'm gonna use the Victoria's Secret fashion show. Like I really love that show, right? And probably I will never look like one of the models there because they're very, very slim and very, very tall, like 6 feet and stuff like that. But it's still, it's like an ideal. Like everybody knows that, but it's still cool. And I love the fashion. And I'm not gonna hate on them, please. But anyway, to go back to what I was saying. So then I went on off a long tangent. Okay, so then to go back. So 2008, I was really, really, really inspired, right? I was really inspired because I was like in the middle of college and I was like, ooh, like I could have fun with this, right? So like the things that happen is that like I would see various people just really rock it out, right? Really rock out the fashion. I'd be like, ooh, what can I do with this? I would get ideas, right? I would get ideas. So then later on that year into 2009, 2010, and then from now on, because my style changes very severely. It goes up and down, it changes, it fluctuates, it goes into different phases, right? So then in 2000, early 2000, like January, I want to say like that's when I really got into styling and fashion, right? Because I was like, oh, I'm ready to dive into it, but I wasn't ready, right? You know, when the saying goes that when the student is ready, then the teacher appears, right? When the student is ready, the teacher appears. So then that has to do with a lot of things, right? So for me, like a lot of different aspects, right? But for me, that time it was fashion. So one thing I would say is that when I was getting into fashion, I didn't know what the hell I was doing, right? I just would see things, I'm like, oh, that's so beautiful, right? If I see other women, I'm like, oh wow, they look so gorgeous. Can I try that style on? Or how can I improvise it to go towards something I like, right? Or sometimes you could copy it directly, especially if you'll never see the person again, right? Or I'll be like, or I'll see something in a magazine and you get inspired, right? So fashion and style could be something that's really creative, right? It could be a form of expression, you know? That's why when those designers are making clothes, they really try to get inspired by like seasons. They get inspired by seasons and stuff like that. They get inspired by certain palettes, they'll say, certain colors. Some people get inspired by certain jewelry. It'll invoke ideas, right? That's why when the designers are doing things, they'll have a palette, like something where they could draw and like what their ideas are, because it's a creative form of artwork if you think about it, right? That's why they have wearable fashion and they have fashion. It's just strictly for the runway, and it's just basically artwork, right? It's art. To think about it, that's what it is. So then, what else? Okay, so fashion is really art. Style is art. Style is like something. It's fun, you know. It's something that's fun. Like fashion to me is not something I take too seriously. Although I do appreciate people that do. It's something. It's fun for me, right? So when I wake up and I'm like, oh, what can I do today? What can I do? How can I mix it up? And I'm always an advocate for, if I see another girl and she looks beautiful, I'm like, girl, you look great. Like, I'm not a person, like, if I see a girl, I'm gonna be like hating on them. Oh, and you know the girl looks good, right? Like, I will give them props where props is due, you know? Why hate on somebody when they're doing something great, you know? Join with them, right? So then, the thing I would say is that when you're starting out, as I did, you might really not be sure what your style is, right? That's quite alright, right? So you just pick something, you just try new things, you know? What I've learned over time is really not what you're wearing, but it's how you're wearing it, how you're accessorizing it. Like, you could wear the same you could wear the same shirt every single day, but the way you mix the accessories, the way you mix the, like, if you wear lipstick, certain makeups, if you change the hair, like wigs or like different hair, it'll completely flip the thing. Like, people won't recognize that you were wearing the same thing because of the accessories that went along with it, right? So in the future, the one thing I would like to do, because I love jewelry, right? Well, let me not talk about that, okay? So one thing I like is I love jewelry, right? I love collecting costume jewelry. And what else? I like different colors. I like different prints. Sometimes I like floral, sometimes not. And somebody that I aspire to would be Erin Lindsay, right? I love Erin Lindsay's in Chicago PD because it's just simplistic, right? I just like, it's just, you got a plain old sweater, and then you got, what else? You got a nice jean, like a fitted jean, like a skinny jean, and you have boots, which is like fall, right? And by the way, fall is here, you guys. My favorite season of the year. Time for like cool weather, time for like daylight savings, time for like leaves to fall down, and for some people who go to Starbucks, pumpkin spice latte, right? Pumpkin spice latte. And some people are really into coffee. Like, I like coffee sometimes, but because coffee, it rushes me and my adrenaline. I don't like that, so I take it sparingly, but I can appreciate people's love for coffee. All right, so then What else? Man, I'm ready for fall, right? I am ready for the fall. And with the fall comes, as you guys would know, my favorite things to wear, which is sweaters, jeans, and boots. And then accessories, 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 right? And light jackets, right? That's my favorite season, right? But really any season with fashion, it's like, my mom always said this, right? My mom always said this, is that when a person keeps changing their look, they keep reinventing their looks, it's like they're one person, but you never get tired of looking at them, right? Some people, they'll just, they have one outfit, or they have white, like they like to wear white all the time, and that's all they like to do, right? Or if they have one way, they do one, that's just one way. But when you keep reinventing the look, right, you keep reinventing the look over and over and over again, it's like the person's not the same person. It's like they have 1,000 different, they're 1,000 different people. And one person I could give you an example of is there's this Bollywood actress, Kareena Kapoor Khan, and mostly all of the Bollywood actresses, they're all like, they do switch up their styles very frequently. They reinvent all the time, and what it does, it switches up the freshness of the seasons, right? Because fashion is something, it's really about you, right? It's really for you. It's not about, I don't know, some people would think, oh, women, they dress for men. No, they really don't. First of all, when a man compliments me, I mean, it's all right, you know, but if a girl compliments me, like, I'm gonna be happy the whole day, right? Because if a beautiful girl like compliments me, like, it made my day, right? Because I'm like, damn, she thought I was looking good. But anyway, like, women usually dress for other women. Like, that's a little thing guys don't know, but women don't really care about what guys think, right? They care about, like, if another, like, gorgeous or beautiful woman is like, oh my god, I love the way you have that suit on, and it's great with you. Women like that more, and I'm sorry to break it to you guys, women don't care about what you think. They care about other really beautiful women being like, oh my god, because, you know, women are experts sometimes at these things, and if an expert is complimenting you, then it feels like you've arrived, you know? Okay, so then lastly, what I want to tell you guys, so then I began to play with the fashion, is that I would just get really inspired with what I was seeing, because I didn't know what I was doing, right? So I would, like, I don't think, like, if you would ever want to try something new in anything, you see a hipster and you want to try hipster style, or if you see something that's more colorful, like, I'm not really a more colorful person. I really like to be more white, black, navy, grays, and stuff like that, because I just like that. But once in a while, if you want to splash color or prints or flower or cheetah prints, right? Or try different accessories, because it will change up the look. Try bold new colors, and it will really help you out, right? It'll really, but again, this is all have to do with you, what you're thinking about, you know, what you'd like to do, and how far you want to push it along, you know? Because fashion is something, it's just a bunch of fun, and it's just for you. And finally, I want to say one of the key things that inspired me about fashion is that there's this group of people, right? And they probably will never know who they are, but they're really inspiring, right? They comprise of 2 women and 2 guys, and they were in one of my classes, right? And the thing I loved about them is that they look like the Cullens, right? They look like the Cullens, and they were one of the bigger factors why I got into fashion. Is that they really inspired me, right? Like, some people, they might not think they've inspired you, but they really change your viewpoint on life, right? So to me, they look like the Cullens. They look like the Cullens, and they really inspired me, right? They really caused me to see life in a different perspective, and they might not know this, but okay, let me go into the anecdote, and I'm going to end the video. Is that, okay, when I was in, like, my college, in this, like, science class, there was this group of people, like these 2 guys, a tall one, a short guy, and these 2 like short girls. They were like they just came like they were part of the class, like, right? But I was in the class. It was like a huge lecture hall. It was huge because it was like a theater, right? And it was like a science class. And what happened is that in this class, you could, it was more like free, like you attendance was not necessary. But anyway, I would always see these, a group of 4 people. But the thing, I don't know when I began to notice these people, but when I did notice them is that they were always very fashionable, right? And for some reason they reminded me of the Cullens. I don't know why, right? But they have, I don't know if even from now, they've been a huge point, especially the women, the 2 girls. They really inspired me, right, to get into fashion a lot more. They really inspired me, right? They really inspired me, right? They were a focal point of why, like, I was already inspired to get into fashion, but they really solidified it for me, right? So if I changed my fashion, I really had them to thank, because they were very fashionable, right? And I was really inspired by them, and I would be like, I would get ideas. And not only would I get ideas, I'd be like, oh, if they could do it, I could do it too, right? If they could do it, I could do it too, right? If they could be so fashionable and they look great all the time, I could do it too. So then that really solidified every single thing for me, right? So I have them to thank for everything. So then finally, for this video, I'm gonna end this video on this note, is that whatever inspires you guys, go out there and do it. Remember, fashion is not runway, heroin chic, or a certain way like haute couture, gold, and like all that stuff. It's what you make it, you know? Try different colors, or you could try classic colors, but remember, as styling is something that's unique to you, right? And don't let anybody pigeonhole you into thinking, oh, because you're a certain weight, or you're too skinny, or too big, or too fat, that you can't wear certain things, right? If you only get one life, right? Like, even if you decide to lose weight, don't be like limiting yourself, oh, when I lose the weight, that's when I'm gonna start looking at. No, you're bigger, plus size, start taking care of your weight right now, right? Do your best to be your best right now, no matter what weight you are, right? Even if you're like a size 22, like, do your best, right? And my biggest inspiration would be my mom, because she's like fashion. She loves style, right? She loves style. She's one of the people growing up, she would buy me excess, like, she would buy me excess clothes. I would never wear them. And then she's the person, she would always say, even if you're going like to the bathroom, you have to look like 100%, right? She's the one that inspired me to do inner grooming. And in fact, the other day, the reason I came up with that video is because my mom, she wanted to address why I was wearing things like a t-shirt that looked like a cow ate through it. So then I was like, that got me to the idea of the inner grooming. So like, she inspires me a lot, right? Because she's really good. My mom, especially when she used to go out a lot, you know, she is like, so she's like, oh, for me, she's mostly been plus size, but she's someone that cares about her appearance a lot, which is why most people would never understand why I was a tomboy, and why because all throughout, like, the reason why I have a lot of clothes is always because she would buy me heaps and heaps and heaps and heaps of clothes, right? So then I would always have more clothes than I would know what to do with, right? And because, like, I guess it never sunk in until I don't know, like, I got inspired by the Cullens, right? And then that's when what she would say over the years, like my mom really loves, not fashion, but she just loves always to look really great, especially when going out in the house and everything. She's the type of person that says, if you're going to the bathroom, or if you're going to the hospital, or if you're in a room, you're supposed to look like a queen. And my mom is a person, she's like a clean addict. She's a freak when it comes to clean, right? She's not a person, she's a person, when I'm in my room, like, especially when I was younger, she'd come, and if there was dirt anywhere, she'd come and broom my foot, right? She was really disrespectful about stuff like that, right? Oh, my mom's an idiot, right? So basically, that's my video for today, and I just basically want to inspire you guys, if you're inspired by style, to try anything that you want to do, because fashion is for you, right? Fashion is for you. Have fun with it. Have fun with it. Play with it. Do what you can, right? And I really like this video because it's a topic I'm really interested in. I really am interested in, and I really like to go more into depth with, and as well as many other topics, because I love everything, right? Well, not everything, but I have a lot of interest, right? So then that's my video for today, you guys. My name is Christina. See you. Have a great day, you guys. Have a great Friday. It's Friday morning.